Welcome back everybody, we got Brother Mutant here. Today we're going to talk to you about Pathfinder Kingmaker. We're continuing with our Let's Play. We're using our Sword Saint Magus build, strength-based build. He is level 15 right now. He has a couple of mercs that he has brought with him. Custom-made undead character specifically for this campaign, Eldritch Scoundrel. We also have an Inquisitor who is a subclass Inquisitor, the monster tactician, so she can summon multiple monsters. And again, their stories are intertwined together. Highly recommend you watch the first video to get an understanding what their background story is, if you will. Know that if you're playing this game that I'm not using the vanilla version of the game, I'm using the vanilla version with mods. So if you see something that I have that you don't, chances are that's what's going on. I have turn-based combat being the one of the most obvious ones. I find it more in line with pen and paper, and therefore I enjoy it readily. Other stuff we get like Eldritch Arcana, so this gives me a few spells that you don't have, some feats you don't have, and gives me traits which I guarantee you don't have because they're not in the vanilla version of the game. This is how I was actually able to make my custom-made undead mercenary. We got some other stuff which is more quality of life improvements more than anything, but let's get into the game, shall we? Now we have been tackling this chapter where it's Varnhold vanishing, trying to find out what happened to our neighbor Maegor Varn, who is another baron like me, in the neighboring area next to us, so to speak, and his whole village basically just up and disappeared. We had a couple dead bodies, and no one seems to really know what happened to them, other than they went poking where they shouldn't have been, and that's about all we really know. Now we've been doing town upgrades of stuff too, so you see that we have people working at home, not a lot, and again I'm not trying to go crazy on giving them stuff to do, because if there's something for them to do, chances are something else is going to show up here that they're going to need to do as well. One thing I won't object to would be something like this, because it's 20 days and therefore the 27th day of this month someone would be done. Sadly, that person is only one person that can do it, and he is currently busy rebuilding the Temple of the Elk. And again, that's because he's going to be done before the end of the month. So if we need him, we at least have a chance to put him on one thing. But again, only by the end of the month. Now we have Tristan in 7 days is going to pop his problem that we have here. He has an 85% chance to pass it, so I'm not particularly worried. And then the next one is 19 days down the road and a 75% chance of passing that. So again, I'm not particularly worried about scum saving, but we will want to be in the area or close by so we can check in on him at the very least to make sure that he did pass his check. And again, that's 7 days down the road. Now we have had artisans gift us with stuff, which is always nice. I want to check quickly just to make sure. Oh, hello. This is Talkie Talk, Shania. I am happy to see you, oh most trustworthy one. I don't know why that I is always capitalized. A new gift and new stories, oh, they're not capitalized, but boldened. A new gift and new stories await you. So we have the oppressor. We actually got this weapon once before from her. Remind me who you are and what you're working on. I am Shania, blah blah blah, etc. So forth, etc. So forth, blah blah blah. Thank you, Shania. Appreciate it. She always says this, and you can't actually give her a choice. At least I've never been able to. So the oppressor is a bastard sword. For those of you that don't know, it is a very nice one. And again, worth a decent chunk of change. That's 14 grand you just delivered to your front doorstep. Just saying, pretty badass. We also have some other stuff that we want to sell, so we're going to go do that here before we bounce out the door. But while I could have that on, say, Val, who could use a good bastard sword, she actually has it already. See that? This is the one that buffs her a charisma +6, which is why she has a +5 here instead of a +2, which is pretty awesome because her main stat for running my kingdom is charisma based. So this is an awesome upgrade for her. Notice she also has a colossal shade +2 tower shield. Bonuses against blindness, save throws and such is extremely valuable for her. So again, she don't need it. Another one. She's already got this. I would totally sell that for 14 grand and change. We'll get rid of this two-bladed sword +2. That's another 2 grand in our pocket. So again, we just managed to rake in at least 18 grand here with that and some of the other stuff that we're about to sell. So pretty happy about that. We've dropped off stuff, I believe, here, just to make sure that I didn't get another piece of something. Matter of fact, we can do this by type. It makes it a lot easier. Nothing there. We'll have to sell Lindsay's hat because we just upgraded her. These are all our wands, potions, and scrolls. Got a lot of potions. I mean, a stack alone is weighing a ridiculous amount of weight. As a matter of fact, on that topic, I can split this in half and leave half behind, just to kind of keep things a little light. I mean, I have over 100 of the damn things. The chances that I'll need all 100 is pretty slim. So that's okay. Scrolls are weighty too, but remember, scrolls weigh less than potions do. So potions weigh 0.5 pounds a piece. Scrolls are 0.2 pounds a piece. So a stack of them, while 43 blessed, well, we can probably actually sell some of those off too. We don't need that many. And we have someone almost always on the team that can cast bless. So again, it's not particularly useful for us to have this many on the team. So we can kind of sell that stuff off. Having said that, though, we feel pretty good about having sold off what we needed to, or dropped off what we needed to. Let's actually go here, bounce out to the main square, and we've been dealing with people that are pissed off lately. So Valerie's starting to freak out about that scar on her face. Know that if you hear a rumbling or a tumbling noise, that's not my stomach. That is the storm that's brewing outside. I figured we'd have a little mood sounds to add to the enjoyment of the game. Hopefully I don't fry my whole system with a nice power surge coming through. But we will endeavor to press on. We're definitely heading back over to Varnhold's area. To Mayor Varn's area, excuse me. And Varnhold is one of the territories over there. But not the only territory. I want to sell the Hassif here. Okay, so first things first. We go by price. Oppressor. Keeping that speed dagger. Don't need that two-bladed. Keeping the cold iron dagger. Keeping all that stuff. Now, weapons-wise, or shields-wise, I don't think I need a light shield +3. There's people that could use it, but they can have probably a better shield or something close to the same level. We don't need Amulet of Mighty Fists. Lindsay's hat. That's only a +1. That's kind of weird. Oh, we actually had a +5 on the team. And again, so we're going to try to sell some of these scrolls. Where, let's actually do this by type again. Here we go. I'll happily sell 23 of them. We'll keep 20. Again, it's extra money, you know, coming our way, and it makes us light, so I'm happy to do that. Most of these other ones I do want to try to keep. We do need to start buffing up with these things a little more often. We can push our luck quite a bit. I keep forgetting the fact that we have Jubilost. If he's on the team, he can buff us with those quite readily. We also have a ridiculous amount of wands as well. Nothing else that I want to sell. I don't think. Yeah, we're taking all the food with us. Again, that's one of the main reasons we are so heavy right now. But that's okay. Quick check through here to make sure he doesn't have something awesome. You never know when they have... Oh, I wanted to check to make sure I have... Yeah, I got 12 rations. That he doesn't have something... Oh, there was something I wanted to sell. What was that damn thing? Dizzy Head. I don't care about that thing. No one's going to ever use it. We picked up an extra one by mistake. So it's just garbage and cluttering up my space. And again, it weighs nothing, but still, it's in my way and it bugs me. Lesser Quicken, Lesser Maximize. We got some decent stuff here to buy, but again, we want to try to save in our money if we can. So we're trying not to get crazy here. He's got some pretty good stuff, though. He's even got some scrolls and such. I'm kind of surprised that he has them instead of that one lady. Stuff here, again, another fine example of some really good gear that he's gotten recently. A Vast Intelligence Headband, an Inspired Wisdom +6, Charisma +6, and again, 6 for Con, Dex, or Strength. Not anything other than just an individual stat. But that's still pretty solid stuff that he's got there. Of course, he's got his typical stuff we've been selling him. So he's got a slathering of different types of armor, shields, and what have you. Weapon-wise, you know, we always keep the best for ourselves. And hell, while there's some really good ones that we've sold to him, we got paid for it. So, you know, I don't feel bad. Just as a quick check on stuff. Who's got the Undertaker gloves? Athlete's gloves. I want to steal the, I think Knock Knock has them. If we're not taking Knock Knock with him, I want to take his gloves. Yeah, Trap Springer gloves, because we had a difficulty picking a trap the other day, and it was simply because we didn't have that with us. There's no need for him to have them all the time. If they stay in the kitty, I can put them on him as needed. But again, this is a fine example of what I'm talking about for going through, making sure the team has what they need, but not more than, right? I'm not going to take off stuff like boots and such of that nature, but you can always go through and, again, like I said, check to make sure that they have enough His charisma being a really, really nice bump for him right now. That's really nice. He has a nice scimitar, and a decent scimitar, and a shock javelin for if he ever does range. Lindsay's rocking her longsword and a shield. And again, I could have given her that light shield, which would have benefited her a little bit, made her a little bit lighter, for one thing. But she still would have been in the medium category, so I don't particularly care. And I wanted the money, quite frankly, let's just say it. She's doing good with her heavy crossbow, but if I could find her a better one, I would be happy to give it to her. He's just got a +1 as well. She's got Fiery Eye, composite short bow. I keep forgetting that she has this one as well, does fire damage. I should probably leave her on that for the time being, just to get a little extra surge out of her. She's got her Crimson Counselor quarterstaff. Know that when she uses the spells in this thing, it has charges to it. When she uses the spells in this thing, she takes a knee, with the team takes a rest. If she doesn't have it equipped, I don't think she gets the charges back. So if you like switch a weapon, so make sure before you rest that you switch back, just so we're clear. Again, I can tank with her a little more effectively if I go this route, because she gets an extra bonus from her shield. But now that we have Jubilos on the team, we have the ability to cast shield spell on anybody, which is something that normally doesn't happen, but it's because it comes from his extractions. And since I was just complaining about how Lindsay could really use at least a little bit of an upgrade, there you go, Lindsay. Just because. Other than that, I don't think we have another ranged. He's got one, but we're keeping his. He's got one, and again, he's keeping it. She's got one, and again, she's keeping it. So again, Lindsay's going to have to be short for the time being. You know what? And I'm never using that thing. Let's just straight up say it. It's keeping us heavy, and it's being dumb, keeping something on us that we'll never use. So I'm going to sell it. It's just a masterwork weapon, nothing fancy. But get rid of some of those things. Again, making us the tiniest bit lighter. Getting some money back in the coffers is always a good thing. Now, we sent Sweet Tooth, let's prove that to ourselves, to one last place. And that was to go polish those bones. Come up with some errands, wait until, yep, all the Lindorm bones have been polished, sounds good. Alright. Yeah, we got all of our errands caught up, and we're waiting on this stuff to chime in. Okay. Yeah, task for Sweet Teeth, and of course everything for Varnhold Vanishing. And again, we're still waiting to hear back from the Stolen Lands, where we've beaten 2 bosses there already. It's been really profitable, good money and good XP. So something that we're going to have to get back to once it opens back up again. This is our team. I have no reason to change the team, so let's just do it. Now we're headed, and again, within 7 days we need to be within range to make sure that Tristan passes his check, which he probably will. It's like 85%, I think is what I said. So it's unlikely he'll fail it, but again, it's a problem, and again, versus an opportunity, and I'd rather make sure we pass everything, especially the problems, because bad stuff can happen. Now we're going to teleport over here to our main our second town, excuse me, Silvershire, and that speeds things up for us. Now we've already been to Ghost Stone, Little Selling Source, excuse me, Precipice Trail, Overgrown Cavern, which led us on a merry chase, and we ended up teleporting out here at like Spider Lair or Unfinished Clearing or some such. We still have to hit this. We have to get the Sisters in the City of Hollow Eyes, and as well as the Forsaken Mound. And we only have, like I said, about 7 days to do stuff, so we want to keep reasonably close. So I'm thinking maybe these ones or these ones. I say we hit north. And I say that because we may be able to hop around that side. Instead of coming back down here, it might be faster if we go that way. Back to town. Or at least back within the zone. Remember, we just need to be within our designated area so that we can click on that button right there. We're not going to Varnhold officially, so we're just doing it to mount our attack towards Shallow Gulch.
May we have a moment of respite?
Yeah, I already got some tired people. I think we can push it, though. Oh, here we go. While traveling through the hills of Nomen, we noticed something worrisome. Crowds circled the sky, much as they do upon spying a corpse to feast upon. More ominous yet, clouds of smoke trailed into the sky as well. After noticing that, we Intimidate. Check. We intimidated the storm. Stealth. Stealth is a higher number. You can see the 26 versus the 24. Not that we'll have a problem passing either of these, but I'm curious, and stealth might be a better XP boost for us. So let's actually do this one. 140 XP for the team. See that stealth check. Oh, look at all the goblins. We soon saw what attracted the crows. A dead horse lay in the ditch, one leg missing, and its carcass were already picked at by scavengers. Near the corpse was what looked to be the corpse of its former rider, a young man clad only in undergarments. Ah, this is the guy's brother, isn't it? The smoke was coming from a bonfire around which goblins were roasting a horse leg. It seemed their hunger was stronger than their fear of these animals. Other goblins were busy rummaging through the clothes of the deceased man and taking whatever choice bits they could find. One goblin was strutting around wearing a beret with a feather. This idiot. Another a velvet jacket, and two other goblins each wearing a single boot were in the middle of a tug of war with a dead man's trousers. When we saw this, we bared our weapons and menacingly demanded an explanation. No, screw that. Rushed into a fight. After noticing us, the little bastards started to flee, leaving behind everything they'd been trying to take from the body of the deceased, including a hefty coin pouch. Alas, in this backwater, a coin proved of little use. Alas, the body laid before us belonged to none other than Tolman Henvaki. God damn it. A noble from Gralton, the one whose brother had begged us to look for him. A letter in his jacket pocket, yellowed with age, confirmed his identity. It was signed Mathian Henvaki, a relative. All we could do then was take the tragic news to his brother. Okay, we got 1,636 gold. Loot. I guess that's a thing. That straight up sucked, yo. Save that.
A rest would be welcome.
I know you guys are tired, but I want to connect the dots here a little bit. Okay, whose is this? Silver, this is my territory? No, this is Varnhold, isn't it? Yeah, Varnhold. Oh, okay, I saw the silver, and I'm like, excuse me? Now, what I was saying about path that's connected, I bet this winds down here. There may be something in here. We don't know yet, and we'll probably have to get that another time. But we're clearly exhausted, or tired, I should say. I want to find out how to get to here, but I don't see anything that links us. This may just be a straight-up dead end, or take us up here to, Restov, which we never do. Since we're moving back here, I'm going to clearly rest, since I don't want to have to worry about this mess. We use our rations. These guys are happy to do this, and food. Rice and nut pudding. No. Stone's getting closer. Mastodon steak. I wonder if that's something that she would enjoy, or maybe even Jubilos. Let's find out. So what's the DC check on that? It's a 21. Easy enough to make. And again, this uses up our stuff. Gives us a bonus, the whole team, for the day.
Are you kidding me, Pipsqueak? Just so you know, I'm 10 times smarter than you.
10 times? Oh, so you can count to 10. Well, that's an amazing discovery. You really are smarter than you seem.
I'm surprised I didn't say something about counting on her fingers or toes. Alright. Okay, so we're heading back down here. Clearly we're going through Varnhold this way. That's probably what connects. Oh, that's what it is. This road here hops over. It's going to be a nasty one. We've been having rain and thunderstorms for the past couple days now. It's just been random as all hell. Not sure what's going on. But, I looked at the weather forecast for the upcoming week, or like the next 10-day forecast, and dear God, it's going to rain like every day. So, cool. Way to start off May. Alright, we got puppers. Nothing of any... Well, wargs, excuse me. They're a little worrisome, because they do rush you and they do trip you. So if you're not immune to trip, which none of our teammates are, I think, it can be a problem. Having said that, there's ways around dealing with these jackasses. For instance, I can do spells. I just take out big masses of them at once. Trying to get as many as possible. It's like the tiniest. There it is. Suck, losers.
This will hurt.
Wow, that was a whole lot whiffing. What ifs? Alright, move your ass there. Eliza's turn. Eliza. Can you hurt these thingies?
Strike as
She's one of our best tanks, even unbuffed, so that's why we're having her rush up front, for those of you that are wondering. Proto has a good sneak attack chance, but if these things have already acted, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Jubilost, we're not going to use bombs, so that's just crazy. Or buff up for that matter either. Let's just straight up shoot this.
Clever ploy.
There we go. Not bad. Christian, you want to kill something? Yay, Christian. Nice 2 shots though. He's getting better. On Miri's turn, we're not going to rage. This is just a waste.
They go down!
Here comes the rain.
You should have
Here
run!
comes the rain. Alright, team. Let's get into these fools. Again, remember, it is money. It's not a lot, but they are worth money to skin these things and take their skins with you back to town. So, highly recommended that you loot and pillage every chance you can. From here, let's see, what are we going to do? We are going to hit north, right? We're still going north. Yeah. Oh my, I didn't realize all this was up here. And again, I need to keep track of the day. Let's see. March 4, guys. What do we got?
A test of my
Oh, just some
abilities.
gobos. We'll summon like a skeleton. Oh hell, she'll just summon some of her pets. Our team are already starting to get tired again, so I'm just gonna straight up charge one of these fools. Get up on this one. Wow. Straight up whiffing today. Oh, let's see. You little bastards did a little sneak attacking on us. You sons of bees. Alright. You got pets in your face.
Do not hold back.
I like you now, loser. Yeah, that's right. Eat some gobbo lunch.
Primitives.
Get a little payback. That's right. Okay. Oh, bastards. They're trying to hurt me. Make it stop.
You forced my hand.
Christian. Got a little ankle breaker on them. When you see the ankle breaker save, that means they passed the save, obviously. But when you saw the other one that hit that said ankle breaker, he failed that check. So it didn't say save. So again, he is slowed down. He got gimped from the ankle breaker. Literally, it's slows their physical movement down if they fail their check. So solid upgrade as far as I'm concerned.
Run
let's
them
mess with
through.
this. There we go. Yeah, dude.
Bring it!
Very nicely done, Mary. First turn. Oh yeah. There we go. 1 out of 2. We'll take it. Liza's turn. She's too tired to sprint. Doesn't mean she can't come over here though and be a
We
thorn on this guy's
shall
side.
overcome.
There you go. Little flanking bonus for their attack when she stands next to him. Actually, not more than a little, quite a bit. She has a feat that allows her and her dogs to have, if they're standing next to each other, like a +4 to their swing
Will they
instead of a
ever
+2.
learn?
So, really beneficial whenever she's
Amateurs.
or her pets are near each other. So if you look at the, as a matter of fact, I can show it to you. Look at the summon dog swing flanking bonus, and you see the +2 outflank. That's the feat that she has. So as long as the wolves or any of her summons are near each other, they all have that feat. So they all get the buff. She has the buff, of course, too. And again, as long as she's standing next to one of her pups, she's fine. Or anyone for that matter, because she has the solo tactics feat, as all the visitors do,
Let's
which
hear
makes her
you
straight
cry.
up awesome. So basically, she just needs to be standing next to a teammate. Let's just put it that way. And she gets all the kick-ass buffs that she gets from her teamwork feats. A solid way, in my opinion, to make a good Inquisitor. Just to say, you know what, I'm just going to focus on getting every damn teamwork feat I can I'm just making sure I'm standing next to a teammate or a summons, and we'll just crush them from there. Yeah. Liza, just come over here and throw some fire on these fools. Alright. So, of course, we want to rob their bodies. Because what we do, we loot stuff. Come over here.
I'm there.
Damn doggos are in the way. There you go. Boom. And again, if we get to the point where we're overweight because we're touting around like lame-ass gear, we'll totally ditch the stuff. But it's one of those where, you know, why throw away money? I mean, even if it's a coin, if it's a gold piece, if you can take it to the next vendor, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? So you'll find that I do a lot of crazy stuff like, you know, going back for loot. So we got the Rinderpest Burial Ground. I'm going to quick save that because that sounds scary.
A rest would be welcome.
And everybody's tired, so we may actually do just a straight up rest first. Manage. Oh, you know what I didn't check? I didn't check to see if that actually gave us a bonus. We'll do the same one again. I need to pay attention to that because we need to find out who gets what
Why are you
bonus.
so boring, huh? I've seen you fight. Sword covered in blood. Corpses underneath your feet. But your face is so sad, it's like her favorite uncle's funeral.
Triumvirate teaches us to show mercy to all, even one's enemies. By interrupting their life's journey, I've deprived them of a chance to better themselves and atone for their sins.
She's really good at foraging food. One of the reasons why we never seem to use rations. But again, that's nice because that gives us the ability to use rations in, I want to say, in our caves and underground maps and such. So, okay, let's take a quick gander here. This could be a decent sized map. So let's actually buff up a little bit here. Jubilost, he
any
has
brilliant
spells
ideas?
that he can cast on anybody now. So go a little crazy here, but not too much. Just enough to make sure that we're operating at some peak
Let us
efficiency
not
here.
hesitate.
If I have basically doubles, I'm going to basically cast one of them on myself is the idea. Of course, if it's a long buff, something that lasts for like hours, that's another fine example of something I don't mind casting on myself.
No one stands in my way.
She's kind of hampered.
Share your
He
trouble.
does have a blood spell that can fire off for us.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
Let's do that.
Follow if you dare.
Restless Spectre. Oh, this could be bad. Alright, let's reevaluate that.
This will be quick.
Okay, so we're gonna... Yay, thunder and lightning. We're gonna have to slap some pets out there to mess with this guy. Because I don't know what we have that can hurt this dude. Let's see if acid does anything for one. Oh, managed to get a couple of them. Like we got friends. Know what their reflex save is. Not the best, not the worst. Dora, I need you to buff up with Spectre. I'm guessing Ghost Touch is going to come in handy, bro. I'm going to step up here. Juby, he has this wonderful ability to straight up screw guys when it comes to bombs. If he can reach them, which he cannot. So it's okay. He just shoot them
Use
from the time
of
being.
my talents.
Okay, now let's pull out some doggos for the specters to gather up on. Eliza can get into position. And straight up immune, that's not surprising. Oh, yeah, one's got spells. Amiri. This one already moved, so I'm thinking that she might want to just charge and see how we can do. Oh, she can't.
Doing it wrong.
But we can still
Spell is
swing.
flawed.
On the next combat round, perhaps. Proto, I want you to 5-foot stutter step so we can get just a bit closer. And can we hit them with any spells? Yes. Sad enough, but we can summon our own little skeleton army. That'll help at least a little bit, maybe keep them off the Miri. Christian. Get your happy ass all the way up front here, because we may have to have you pop off your AoE damage undead, because I'm fairly certain these are undead. Yep, undead rogues, no less. Oh, see, -2 levels. Now we see why this is a problem. Okay, so clearly I can hurt them. So might as well continue to do so. Here's a nice fireball spell. It's team friendly. Cool. Pause the game just to see their health. 4 of them here. Got 1 of them half dead, half dead. About 3/4 of the way still, 3/4 of the way. So I'll move it just the tiniest bit closer, but not too much. I want to have the doggos take some of this damage. A Jubilost. Another 5-foot stutter step in this direction, sir. Can you get them with their bombs yet? Possibly. And you know what? I don't dare risk him throwing multiples on one target if it's going to be enough to kill him with one. That's close enough. So I shut off his rapid shot and I shut off his fast bombs. I'll turn those back on, but I think I'll need to reactivate them on the next turn. It looks like we just took some on the chin here. Oh, maybe we got lucky. Yeah, they took out the skeleton. Amiri has this restless specter up in her face though, and it worries me right now. Yeah, see, she had -2 levels. It's what it is.
They go down!
At least she can do damage to him. And I think she's doing half. Yeah, see that? Because it's a non-corporeal one. So that's why my Ghost Blade allows me to do full damage to these goobers. So I really probably need to get up and in there. She's going to step back those and let the skeletons come in, so she don't take more negative levels. I'm going to have Proto step up again. And now she can probably do something like some fireball. Excuse me. Straight take out something. Skeletons, again, just are there to suck up these -2 levels of problems that we're having. Same with the doggos. They're basically fodder. Again, trivializes the fight, but again, you see we're uncareful, and of course we got some negative levels. We have ways to make it go away. We have Tristan, a solid cleric, so he should have an ability to make it go away. We've got scrolls or wands or potions, so we should be fine. It's just annoying, and again, you gotta be real careful, because if you get taken down to 0 levels or lower, you die, period. There's no coming back from that mess. So we have to be careful. And then we do have spells, by the way, that can protect us from negative energy effects. Immune to energy drain, for example. So Tristan does have the ability to cast this on people, but it is a little too late kind of thing. Since he's already here, though, what I do want to do is I want to have him step over here and fire off his damage undead move, like so. 13, 6, and 6, was it? Not ideal. Alright, so at this point, Dorraj is going to need to rush in here and start damaging some dudes. We need to find out who is who. So this guy here is the next on the totem pole. I don't want to attack him, because he may jump me before I have a chance to down him. But this guy's down here on the list. Here's Restless Spectre there. This one's the guy on the far left. This guy must be... How's this guy on the list? He's probably off the damn list. So let's attack this one. Yeah, let's attack this one.
This spell works differently.
Get over here and do some damage to him. Oh, come on, dude. You're going to have to hit him. Wow. Critical miss. You stink on ice. Alright, Juby. And the 5-foot stutter step, if you would, sir. Okay, you can't hit this one. You can't hit this one. 1. 2. That guy's dead. Nice work, too, lost. Liza. Get your ass over here. We need to damage this thing. And I mean right now. Taking it. Not close to super dying. He's a little less than half. We need to put a concentrated effort on him. Okay. Miri, can you get down here and mess with this dude?
I'm not doing it wrong. The spell is flawed.
Sadly, no. We're not going to have her step in because that would just be silly. Proto, come over here. You only need to cast a spell, so we're going to get you a little bit closer to this mess. How about you? There we go. And at this point, we probably don't need to waste too many spells on these. We don't know what else is in the area. I don't want to blow our wad, so to speak. But
I'll try to make this swift.
we could speed things up here a little bit, again, by straight up killing stuff with spells. This guy's got Jubilos and Eliza before him, so I think I have a good chance of getting over here. If my character wasn't a complete and utter idiot. Get over it. Where are you going, bro? It's the damn dog's in the way. Never mind. You don't get a turn. Dummy. Bomb time. Hit him.
Clever ploy.
Just enough to damage him. Oh, never mind. We got a crit on that. See how we got the 60? And by the way, let's take a look at that. Critical hit. Nat 20. I think I have improved critical on him for bombs so that they have a 19 or 20 chance to crit. So that's what do you call that? We got stuff over here. 10% chance to crit, basically. Ring of Protection +3, nice. Padded Armor, Jester's Vest, we'll take a look at that here in a moment. Oh, looks like we got a spear. Oh, excuse me, that's a faux shard. You never see those, and that's a +3 faux shard, no less. This is a pretty profitable area as far as quality gear. We need to take care of Amiri before I forget. I'll go get that here in a second. But I do want to look at that stuff. So, faux shard +3. Jester's Vest. This is a padded leather, or sorry, padded light armor +1, so it's literally +2 armor. It's a lame thing. But this colorful +1 padded armor casts the hideous laughter. When the wearer of this colorful +1 padded armor casts the hideous laughter spell, its DC is increased by 2. Huh. That's not the worst thing ever. The Ring of Protection +3 is what I'm eyeballing. So you see my armor of 35, 38, baby. And again, that works on your touch attack too, because that's deflection. Does anyone else need that ring? So he's got a solid +3. He has nothing. He must have taken the ring off him. Oh, he doesn't need it. Why does he not need it? Oh, because it's deflection from his Draping Veil of Prowess. Jubilos is keeping those. He does good damage with them. She's got just a +1. She's fine with that. She's got a Sentinel ring and, of course, her Paragon of Winter ring, so she doesn't need it. So that's probably sell material at this point. Alright, how do we deal with negative levels? Okay, so first off, there is a spell. It's called Restoration. I'll read it. This spell functions like Lesser Restoration, except that it also dispels temporary negative levels or one permanent negative level. So again, you want to use this if you can before it becomes permanent. And it is a permanent thing. See the timer on that? 23 hours and 58 minutes? That's what that was meaning. So again, 2 temporary negative levels are restored until she's back to being normal. So that's a solid spell. You want to have someone that is at least capable of casting Restoration, whether it's wand, scroll, innate ability, anything of that kind. You want to at least have one person on the team always that has the ability to do that once you get to these higher level content. These guys get really, really nasty, and you'll see a lot of negative levels being thrown around. Now, there's ways to, like I said, to protect from energy drain, that Death Ward spell. And again, the person that usually casts the Restoration is usually also the person that casts your Death Ward. Not always. For example, I have Jubilos. He has the ability to cast Death Ward. In fact, I think he also has the ability to cast Restorations, too. So he's, again, a pocket cleric is how I look at him. He doesn't have the kick-ass, turn undead. We don't have that either, but you know what I mean, the channel energy that heals everyone in a big AoE, and the channel energy that damages the undead in a big AoE. He doesn't have that. And he doesn't certainly have all the level 1 through 7 spells, but he is solid. He is a very, very nice character for that. I'm going to move back to here. I think it's about that time. No, not here. 1 day, 5 hours. I'm checking the time. 1 day, 18. How about here? And then here. And see, this is faster because we're not going down the road. I probably could have shortened it by going this way, but I don't know that for a fact. So again, we're doing a quick save. And the reason we're doing this is because, again, I want to get back within my zone so I can click this to see if we're passing our stuff, if something else bad has happened to our town. Almost there, almost there.
A rest would be
Oh,
welcome.
perfect timing. Okay, what happened? 3 events popped up. That's what happened. Okay, so you see we have a problem that Reg or Lindsay has to solve. An opportunity that only Reg can solve right now. And the storyteller can solve that one, so now we get Lindsay back on this one. So 70% chance, I'm happy with that. 45% chance, not happy with it, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it other than give him a coin. And I don't want to waste these if we don't have to, because I know there's going to be harder checks in the future. So 45 is still pretty decent. We got about a 50% chance of passing that, and he's solid with what he's got going on here. So we're going to do that. But again, we're still waiting for this one. Matter of fact, while we're here, let's just skip a day.
May we
Just,
have a
no,
moment
no,
of
we don't have to skip a day.
respite?
We can rest on the open road. That'll probably be enough to put us into the next day. Everyone's tired anyway, right? So here's your opportunity to take knee, you lazy bastards. Use rations. Everyone's in position. And again, I keep forgetting to check what that mastodon steak does. Damn it, I'm going to do it.
Don't
That's where I
get me
am.
wrong. Knowing how to forgive is as important as knowing how to fight. Without mercy for the defeated, the victor wins no glory.
What do you know about glory? The one who defeats everyone else is the most glorious. And the best mercy is killing fast without suffering.
Oh, what a lovely talk. Used up a couple rations, no big deal. That's why we bring extra. Okay, F5. And what we got going on here? Let's skip a day. Oh, we can't do that here. My bad. I saw it up on the thing. I just assumed we could. So let's actually just travel. I need to stay within Silver Step, and I think that this is still Silver Step. Still is. Where's the Tours of Lebanese? I don't know where that actually kicks in officially, so I'm going to backpedal. There we go. Triumph. Awesome. So again, the River Maiden, there's a mermaid in a river where trade ships operate. She's begun to sink passing vessels. She must be chased away from there before she scares off all the merchants. The ambassador charmed the mermaid with gifts of magnificent jewelry. He promised yet further gifts delivered regularly if she would look after trade ships and scare away Fuath and any other small river spirits. Merchants now prefer this safe water route over the others. +4 loyalty, +2 economy. Good job, Tristan. And as you can see, we have another event that we cannot do. Okay, so again, who was on that? We had Reg, Jod, and Keston. Any of those guys done before? Reg is done in 6 days. Jod, 15. He would be able to do it at the end of the month. So I'm not too terribly worried. But again, in 6 days, I want to be back here to make sure he's passed his check. So just so we're clear on that, again, we got another 6 days of traveling around, dilly-dinking around. And I feel good about that. Let's go back to here. I want to catch up on all this stuff up in the upper part. So again, the 6 days will be on the 20th. I need to be back within our zone territory to make sure he passes his check. Taking us right towards the city of Alawise. Before we do that, though, complete the circle. How to avoid. Alright, I've proven to myself that we are connected. Now let's do this, see if I'll wise.
When we stop.
We're tired again? Good lord, you lazy bastards. It's like you guys never had a death march before. Alright, we were fine. I'm not worried about them being in a -2 to strength and dex. That's not that big of a penalty. It's going to be annoying when we leave the area, because the chances are there's probably a lot of loot here. This is the area I think it is. This is actually definitely a solid place for us to go. So...
May we have a moment of respite?
No, shut up. Yeah, I think this is the big area. This is the big map. This is like here to here to here. It's humongous. And we find a sister over here in like some temple. So, since it is a big map, and since it is something where we want to be protected, we are going to buff up like normal. Why are you shooting that off? Oh, son of a biscuit. Has Rod of Fearlessness on. You seeing this?
I'm there.
So, dumbass that I am. I was wondering why his spells were firing off in like a snap with a finger. Because he had Quicken on. That's what this Rod does. So he was wasting his quickness buffs. Oh well. No better now. Every time you equip a Rod, you need to check that shit because it gets crazy on you fast. For instance, here you go. Lesser Quicken Meta Magic Rod. See? Cheating bastards. It's right there. A little icon. I shut it on. I shut it off. I turned it on. So you see it? Right there? It's just I'm not paying attention to him because he's got so many buffs on him already. But it's okay. She's going to buff up with Shield of Faith. Give me that as well if you wouldn't, madam. Even though I got the kick-ass ring, that doesn't mean I don't need protection. Matter of fact, give one to her as well. And I'm going to have you do lesser restoration on her as well.
You require my assistance?
The reason for me giving her lesser restoration is because I need that fatigue gone so she can do her charge maneuvers. Give her some protection. You never get attacked, bro. As a matter of fact, let's give her some heroism as well. I'll take Seeing Viz for the team. And Blur for her as well, so she's again protected. Give yourself your Fox's Cunning. Give yourself a shield spell. And give another shield spell to Amiri, because I can do that. So again, she has another +4 to her armor class while wielding a two-handed weapon because he gave her a shield spell. One of the reasons I love the Alchemist, quite frankly. Scary noises are scary. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do Faith on her as well. Use some help. Get a little blur on her because I don't want her to die. And with that, we also have her heroism cloak.
Once Madame told me my eyes light up her world. I said that the blessing of Sarenrae will light up her soul. She seemed
What manner of country is this? Where is the lavish dining, the festivals? Place barely merits a footnote in my compendium.
I know. You've been to so many better places than my kingdom. So there's a river that runs through this place. A little stream ornating. So when you find the edge of the river, you know that you've gone a little too far. Come up through the camp. And as you can see, if the sister brought us here, she must have had a good reason. These guys are being mugged straight out of the way. So again, now that we're in the combat, it's time for us to get up on it. And we have buddies. Obviously, you see the barbarians there. So we want to, oh, no, of course, dummy that I am, forgot to buff my damn weapon up. I knew there was something I forgot. And we can charge, for those of us that aren't tired, but most of these guys are out of range, and it's kind of annoying in that regard. I think I can move him, though, in a position that'll allow him to cast a spell. Something like a little fireball. Yeah, for instance. And it's teammate friendly, so it shouldn't hurt them. Nice. Oh, hell, did that wipe them out? Oh, just all but one. Oh, and that's the Dread Zombie Cyclops. Oh, that prick. Okay. So the Dread Zombie... Remember, this is the doofus that's the Cyclops. That's like a cleric. I'm not going to use bombs.
Ha! Primitives.
So I'm going to get a little closer. Try to use bombs. Eliza. The reason I'm not using bombs is because we got a big map here. We're probably going to want to not rest if we can help it. Until the very end when we pack up all the kick-ass loot that we're going to get here and then take it back to base. Or actually, we'll probably take it to the barbarian camp to sell it because it's closer. We'll see how many days we have left, but I'm not worried about him passing his check. He was at like a 95% chance to pass the next check, so again, it's pretty silly to think that he's going to be the problem. I can get over here and get a beam on this bastard. I'll take that. That was some solid damage, Tristan. And you're going to move a little bit closer because you may need an AoE heal. They're doing work over on this doofus. So let's see what we got left. So Dread Zombie is this guy here. Barbarian still got multiple attacks on it. And then we got this zombie over here, and it's about dead, but Proto-Lich can probably get it with her crossbow a couple times for some sneak attack love. Yeah, I like that. Oh hell, she was able to even shoot the other guy. He missed, but she still was able to. Come on, team. Kick this dude's ass. Oh, they're not going to get it. I don't think it'll kill them. At least not all. It looks like there's more over here. Alright, Miri. Yeah, it's dead. They got it. So they probably went on to the next fight. Yeah, right over here we got 3 more of these bastards. So again, we have to move the whole team this way. Again, if we just stand behind them, we'll be fine. Oh, sorry, bro. Nothing I could have done about that. You guys rushed into battle like dumbass barbarians do. Juby, get up here. Oh, I forgot to cast that spell on him, too. Expeditious Retreat was another buff that he should have put on himself. It's a solid movement speed increase for him. He could have been zipping all around the damn place. I was wondering why he was moving all slow. At least he felt slow to me, and I know he was because he's a gnome, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, something's still missing. So we have a chance now to get puppers on the battlefield. We already got these ones. So if I put these ones out here, they'll rush these guys faster. I know that seems like a waste, but she doesn't have many more tricks besides attacking, and she doesn't have the ability to attack yet. She's not close enough. So, that's the problem with teaming with barbarians. These little bastards run so goddamn fast. They clear half the map without even trying, and then you're playing catch-up. So, without a haste spell on, the best I can do is stay at range and maybe shoot some of these fools.
So it's come to this.
Managed to get him with the ankle breaker. I think that's going to help us so much. Get over here. Hopefully you'll... Oh, come on with this crap. Oh, come on with this crap, man. I hate the AI of this game. They really shouldn't give you options to move through stuff. Oh well. It's fine. It's what it is. Alright, Miri's here. She's tired again. So she's already fatigued, even though we took it away from her not too long ago. But that'll do, pig. That'll do. Dora's turn. Bro, can you get up and over here and get onto this bastard?
Don't hold back!
Got something on him. Oh, there's a lot of dead dogs. 2 loss. We're not going to be able to get multiple bombs off, I don't think, but we'll give it a go. And I like the force bombs because they knock them down. Yeah. So that was a solid hit. Liza. Can't do Bone Shaker on those bastards, but you can scream at it. 14 damage, auto hit lose, man.
I'm there.
Okay, now let's of course check stuff out. There are enormous footprints in the dirt. Where's my loot, damn it. Taking the coin. Again, almost everything we see here is going to be great axes, masterwork stuff, and plain, hide leather, whatever. So we'll take the magic potions and the gold and stuff of that nature, but by and large we'll leave the pile behind. And the reason for that is because we're going to come back and loot everything as we leave in one hog and pile and take out expensive stuff.
Have a moment of respite?
Oh, hey, that was a scroll of Raised Dead. That was awesome. Alright, we need to talk to Hilla. Quick save first.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Hilla. A huge scar crosses the face of this sturdy silver-haired woman. An eye patch hides her left eye while the right shines with silver. She raises her bloody blade in a salute. You came just in time. We owe you one. Who are you? I'm Hilla the Tooth Grinder from the Tiger Lord's tribe. This is my war party. We're here, fighting things, as you can see. Are you an Asmer? What, don't I look like a Celestial? Haha, yes, I'm an Asmer. No idea which of my great-grandmothers made it with a Celestial, but in my entire lineage, the blood only manifested in me. I'm sure that was the plan all along. It's a common custom to strengthen the bloodline with the blood of orcs or whatever powerful beings come in handy. My birth was deemed a good sign and proof of the god's blessing, but I call it bullshit. The god's blessing should be earned on the battlefield. What are you doing here? What do you care? We came here, so we obviously have business here. What about you? What are you doing here? The goth sent me. What? Why? Does that old man think we can't handle it ourselves? Thunder. Huh? Hilla looks around briefly and backs to you. Well, to be honest, you really did help us. How about helping with one more thing? Here's the deal. We came with one of our witches to look for some trash in the tomb. We set camp, and the sister took some of my people to the ruins around dawn. Never came back. Instead, these zombie cyclopes started crawling out on us from all over the place. One day, huh? My group can't afford to be separated now. We only barely fought those things off. So how about this? You scout the place and deal for our and look for our people. Find out if any of them are still alive, and I'll pay you in gold. Deal? Deal. Great. Okay. So of course we want to again loot their camp. If there's anything that can be looted, you want to do so.
May we have a
there.
moment of respite?
Pay attention.
Ooh, they trapped that one. You see that? I thought we were friends. Just for that,
A
I'm taking what's
rest
inside.
would be welcome.
After I disarm it.
Got it.
Hurt my feelings. Nobleman's amusement. Now that's an interesting little bow. So for those of you who have never seen this one before, this is a longbow. Nothing fancy, just a longbow, not a composite longbow, just a longbow. But it has elite expertise, which is the funny part. Basically, it gives you the equivalent of these two feats: point blank shot and precise shot, for free. Now, of course, you have to be using the bow at the time, so it's not an amazing bow. But for someone who sucks at shooting stuff, like Tristan, for instance, remember that feat that I had to get him so he could even use this crossbow effectively? That was precise shot. If I would have waited a little bit, I had that, I would have said, you know what, Tristan, you can just use this bow. I would have given him, actually, no, I take that back, he doesn't have skill in it. Damn, he straight up sucks. Never mind. Point is, though, is I could have. Matter of fact, I want to drop some of these things because they are heavy. And I want to make sure we stay light. We're already fatigued. We don't need to go exhausted, because if we go exhausted, then we have to definitely take a knee. Matter of fact, and I don't know that we can take a knee here.
I'm there.
That's part of the problem. It's not that I don't think you can take a knee here. Let me rephrase. I think when you take a knee after, though, the map's cleared, but that's a long ways away. So, and again, just like my last 3 videos, I'm going to make this one large video, and then I'll just splice it later, so I'll cut it at obvious places. So, apologies for those of you that like me to let you know that I'm going to stop the video.
Done.
It just seems to make the most sense for me
Follow if you dare.
if I just do one continuous vid as long as I can like this. Barbarian was killed very recently. Take just that. You,
All this
madam, have a
waiting
nice haste
for
spell
us.
for us, don't you? Alright.
May
Let's
we
get up
have
on
a
this.
moment of respite? I shall end
Okay,
this
so we
suffering.
got more Cyclopes. This is going to be a staple here. And it's not the only thing in the map, by the way, so don't be disappointed in the fact that, you know, you're like, oh, I'm going to fight the same thing. No, there's more than just Cyclopes here to mess with. A Miri. Get up over here on me hand as well. Almost got it dead in the first combat round. Gotta love those days. You come up here. With an auto hit move. Boom, you're dead. And now we'll get up on these guys so that the doggos come up here and help me flank these fools. Proto. We're going to do a 5-foot stutter step that way.
Run
Get him.
them through.
Again, and because he hasn't acted yet, it's sneak attack damage. And we have haste, so she gets 3 attacks in a combat round, which is super awesome. Juby.
A fine
Bomb
use
this
of
fool.
my talents.
Boom. Good work, Juby.
A clever ploy.
Tristan, your turn, sir. Just shoot it. Good enough. Oh no, the doggo died.
This will
All right.
hurt.
What they're there for. Ooh, solid damage. Miri, show what more solid damage looks like. Oh, Miri, let me down, hon.
Strike
Liza,
as one.
pokey pokey. Proto, shoot him in
Let's
the
hear
face.
you cry.
There you go.
A rest
That's what I'm talking
would be
about.
welcome.
To your team. Again, just want to take the stuff that's worth money. We'll come back for the other stuff at the very, very end. Look, we got a box here too. Cool.
Done.
Nice. I want to pick up a Masterwork Orc Double Axe. I don't want that. We'll sell it, of course, but it's heavy. See what I'm saying? Oh, and I got Masterwork Earthbreaker. We can drop that. Same with this axe. So again, try to be as light as we can be without getting nuts here.
I'm there.
Okay. Ooh, we got something here.
A waste of my time.